Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Unit Lost Good Actual Lord. So first of all, I apologise for no Face Off Friday today. There should have been a Face Off Friday, but we had a little bit of a problem. What was going to... Well, you know what, no, I'll keep it a secret because we'll see if we can do it again next week. But it was going to be a really totally crazy Face Off Friday. It was going to be a collaboration with another channel, but it sort of fell through at the last minute, which is a bit disappointing, but whatever. We'll see if I can get that going again next week, but I think I'll keep it a secret until then. Anyway... I thought, well, what the hell can I do? Well, I looked at what the hell is coming out this month, and it is absolutely ridiculous. It is Mega March, ladies and gentlemen. The game, like, there are 3 games coming out this month. I mean, there's, okay, South Park came out this month, which I wasn't really that, you know, it was South Park, it was okay. I think it was a bit overhyped. I didn't really find it that interesting, to be honest. If you've seen my look-see video on it, then you'll understand what I'm saying. But if you haven't, then go check that out because they're a first impressions of the game. And you know, it was kind of okay, but whatever. Let's get on to the main 3 games this month because it's been a very long time since we've had such an embarrassment of riches as a PC gamer, but also as a gamer in general. Because I'm kind of struggling to give an example of a month which has kind of been like this in the last year or so. I don't think we really have had anything quite like it, which is quite the thing. So first of all, on these 3 games I want to speak about, we've got Titanfall. Now, this was a game I was not interested in at all. To be quite honest, I was negative. I was anti Titanfall because I knew it was developed by the core Call of Duty team. So these are the guys who basically put in place the Call of Duty system, which was fine back in like 2007. But really isn't fine now, and the Call of Duty through Treyarch and all the other bloody studios, whoever the hell made the game, I've kind of just been repeating the process and producing that game time and time again. And I get that there's an audience for that game, but it's not anything revolutionary. So you know, I don't give a crap about Call of Duty. So when Titanfall was announced, to me it was just like, well, it's just Call of Duty with Titans, and I don't really give a shit about that. So, you know, whatever, I don't care. Also, it looked really bad as well, based off the screenshots, because the texture resolution was pretty poor, in my opinion. I believe it runs on the Source engine as well. So, you know, this isn't high-end graphical fidelity, and I'm sort of thinking, okay, it's just a console game, you know, it's something for, well, Xbox One exclusive, blah, blah, blah. But then I got into the beta. Now, this is where things kind of started to change, because on the face of it, yeah, and I have seen a lot of people say what I've just said. Oh, it's just a Call of Duty, you know, futuristic Call of Duty. It's just Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. It really isn't, though. There's like subtle differences which kind of evolve that formula and take it to the next level. I think this is what Call of Duty should have probably have done. Then it may have got people like me back into that franchise, because I did play Call of Duty and Call of Duty 2 and Modern Warfare, because they were quite good games at the time. But Call of Duty didn't. It's just stagnated. But like I said, yeah, there's a market for it and all the rest of that stuff. But Titanfall, it's fast-paced. Okay, so this is bringing back memories of things like Unreal Tournament 2004, Quake 3 Arena, and things like that. So really fast-paced, right? You've got Titans, which they're not OP. They're not like, oh god, you're in this machine which is going to kill everybody. It's sort of like a different way of playing the game. Yet you can still be easily killed by pilots, which are the guys on the floor. And also a very interesting thing I noticed as well is the map design seems to be really, really good, because when you get in a Titan, you kind of see the map from a different perspective. So it's almost like they've designed 2 maps that like intersect with each other. So you've got the maps, well obviously it's just one map, but the map works well for a pilot. Things like the parkour, you know, the jetpacks and stuff like that. But as soon as you get into a Titan, you start using the buildings as cover, because obviously you can't run and jump up the buildings in a Titan, but you can use them as cover, and it becomes more kind of tactical in that sense, and the pace does slow down. Because I think like when you're on foot or when you're playing as a pilot, it's a really, really super fast game. Like it's super, super fast. But when you're in the Titan, it's still a fast game, but it suddenly becomes kind of like a more tactical game. It's not really as reliant on reactions, which I'd say in my case, I'm really, really fast with reactions, especially with the mouse. And this comes from years of playing Counter-Strike and whatnot. If you've seen the videos on the channel I've done of Titanfall, you'll see that I'm actually pretty good at Titanfall. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but I am pretty good at FPS games in general when they're Twitch-based. When it gets into the Titan, a little bit different. I'd say I need to work on that, but I'm still fairly decent. But I was overly kind of works. I was overly impressed with Titanfall. I did not think it would be as good as it was, and I went into that game thinking it was going to be terrible. Came out of that game thinking I need this in my life, and that has not happened very often to me. Usually, if I've made my mind about something, I'm not going to go back. You know, that's it. That's the end of it. You know, I just whatever. But Titanfall really brought me. Even things like when you start the level, like the map, even because there's no single player. But when you start the like whatever multiplayer map you want, well, the multiplayer maps in the beta, I guess there'll be different ones when the game launches. I think there's been talk about things like Titans and stuff like that, like massive dinosaurs. And when I say Titans, I don't mean that's quite confusing. I apologise. I mean Titans in the sense of Battlefield, whatever the hell it was, the futuristic one. Why have I forgot the name of it? What the hell? But there was a Titan game mode in that. I think there might be a similar game mode in, but whatever. It's all rumour and God knows what. Like from the beta way, when you would start a level, you would come in on a dropship. You kind of get given your orders. The mission starts. As the level ends, it doesn't just end and say that's the end of the game. You have to, if you've won, you either try and stop the enemy from escaping. If you've lost, you try and escape as the enemy. Little things like that, they kind of evolve it and they do make it much better. But I'm really looking forward to Titanfall. And this comes out, this is kind of annoying because it comes out on the 11th of March, so the 11th of this month, obviously, for the Xbox One. It comes out the 14th of this month on PC, which is, like, I would, you know, I don't like the fact that consoles get it first, but whatever. And I think it comes out on Xbox 360 as well, the 28th, so they get it the latest. It's not out on PlayStation, I don't think. No, it's not. It's an Xbox exclusive, so why would it be? But yeah, I'm looking forward to that on PC. Next up, we have Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls. Now, this is kind of the same thing. Now, in the sense of, I went into, when I first got Diablo 3, right, I played the game for, you know, I think I played it for about 18 hours in total, right? That's all in throughout before the recent patch that came in. And I thought the game was okay. I thought the combat was great. I thought the loot was terrible. I thought the story was terrible, and I thought the world design was okay-ish, but it wasn't kind of random enough. You know, it's the same maps over and over again. So, and the difficulty settings were terrible, where you had to play through on normal, then play through on the the harder difficulties. But you're going through the same content time and time again, and you're not really getting any reward. And of course, the auction house was a terrible decision because a game like Diablo is based on loot. You are supposed to get the loot, kill the monsters to get the loot, to kill better monsters to get the loot. Okay. Kind of like an MMO, like World of Warcraft. You know, do the dungeons, get the loot, do the raids, whatever. But that was not the case because the auction house completely circumvented that, because you were in a situation where you could just go, you know what? I think I'm just going to go and buy. I'm just going to kill these mobs indiscriminately. Then I'm going to go on the auction house and I'm going to buy gear which I should not really be able to get, but because there's so much of it on the auction house, I'm just going to buy it anyway. Now suddenly you're massively harder and you've just pushed yourself onto a level much higher in the game, like in terms of difficulty. And missed a big chunk of it out, and it was a really bad decision. I don't know why they ever decided to do it. It was retarded on quite a few different levels. So why am I interested in Reaper of Souls? Because I really did not care about Reaper of Souls until like last week, when I was told by one of my community managers, I'll give him a shout out, Timic. He said, Star, you should check Diablo 3 out. Now, he's a fan of Diablo 3 anyway, so I'm thinking, yeah, right, this guy, he likes Diablo 3. He's crazy, he's got rose-tinted glasses on, he wants me to go in and play it and blah, blah, blah. But I downloaded the patch, and I was, after I read, well, in fact, when I downloaded the patch, this is, well, I've read the update notes, but as I downloaded the patch and loaded the game up, and it came up with this, the information telling you what's new, and what's going to be different, and what will be changed when Reaper of Souls comes out, I thought that was a pretty nice touch. The UI is much better in the game as well, so it explains things a little bit better. But there are two major changes, really major changes, which are quite, well, I guess there's three. So the first one is the auction house is gone. The auction house was terrible. Okay, when you play Diablo, or when you play Diablo 2, you play it with your friends, okay, and you'd be in a situation where it would be like, you'd share loot, you have your own private adventure, not this thing where you go on the auction house and buy stuff. It's just so terrible. So they're getting rid of the auction house, that's great. Loot has been upgraded. Okay, well, the loot system has been upgraded to what they call Loot 2.0. So now you actually get loot which is relevant to your class. You don't just get any old crap with totally random stats, and that could be really bad. So over the last week I've been playing the game or so, I've had like, I think I've had three green drops. These are like rare set pieces. I've had a Barbarian Mighty Weapon, because I play the Barbarian, and it was really good. I mean, it replaced my weapon. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And 2 rings which were part of a set which have like some crazy set bonus. I don't even know how many legendaries. Now, prior to this patch, I think I got like maybe 2 legendaries, and that was it. And they were terrible. It was something like a quiver for a demon hunter, and I was playing a barbarian. It's like, what? Terrible. But now the loot matters. And also, I've been playing my ults as well. Now this kind of ties into the third point I want to make, where the difficulty level, yeah, well, now it's dynamic. You don't have to start on normal difficulty and play the game through like that. You can if you want. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're really terrible at these type of games. I went straight in on expert difficulty. Fantastic. I think it was master difficulty actually. No, it was expert difficulty because I'd unlocked it by completing certain acts. The game suddenly became dangerous. I had to think about what I was doing, and I was only like a level 20 wizard. It was like, what the hell? So much better, so much better. That, like, suddenly the game has gone from this thing where it was just a walk in the park to suddenly there is danger, and all this other stuff. Got the there's different abilities on the monsters now. There's different talents and stats and all kind of stuff. You know, different effects you can put on your different rooms. I'm trying to find what the word is. Talents, stats, whatever. It's the system's been overhauled and it's really pretty damn good. So now I'm really looking forward to Reaper of Souls, and I just wasn't last week. So I mean, hats off to Blizzard for fixing the game because it was in a pretty fucking bad state. Let's be honest. And if they've managed to win me over, then I think they're doing something right, because I was really skeptical of it. And you know, like, there's one thing I don't agree with is when I see people saying, no, they fucked the launch up, so fuck them, I'm not going back. Which, yeah, I can kind of sort of see where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, you know, doesn't everyone deserve a second chance sort of thing? And they've really come through. I think they've really come through, and it's really enjoyable. I mean, Diablo 3 is the game I'm playing at the moment the most. It's quite the thing. I mean, and they're only simple changes, good lord. So I cannot wait for Reaper of Souls. This is coming out obviously on PC. I don't know when the console releases of this, but I know that the PC release date is the 25th of March, so that's towards the end of the month. That's going to be, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the third game, and I'm going to put this down as my most anticipated game of the month and probably of the year, is Dark Souls 2. This is going to be beautiful. Praise the sun! It's going to be magic. I mean, I've been purposely not following any kind of news to do with Dark Souls 2. I do not want to ruin the experience for myself. I've seen odd little bits of gameplay, like I've seen a guy like attacking some other guys under a tree, but it's like that, yeah, that's not really, I don't really know what's happening there, so that's fine. And all the other stuff, but I have been purposely not paying attention to Dark Souls 2 as much as possible, because this, ladies and gentlemen, well, in fact, let's talk about the release dates, because this is going to maybe be a little bit of a shock to some people, but I'm actually going to be getting this on PlayStation 3. I will then get it on PC, obviously, because PC Master Race, good lord, and I don't think I could be able to stomach the texture resolution or the shocking visuals that are going to be on the PlayStation 3 version compared to the PC. Okay, maybe compared to the PlayStation 3 games, it's going to look pretty good, but to the PC, get lost. As soon as that comes out and the mods are going to come out, and then apparently, I think it's got well, a lot of graphics options anyway, so there'll be things like anti-aliasing and whatever built into the game. I hope that's the case. If it isn't the case, modders will sort it anyway. The definitive experience will be on PC. I've no doubt in that. But I will be getting this on PS3, and the release dates for this are as follows, which is going to be my point before I just rambled like a crazy man. It's coming out on the PS3 and Xbox 360 on the 14th of March, so that is in a few days, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be beautiful. It's also the same day as Titanfall, which is kind of irritating, because what am I going to do? I can't play both. I'll probably be playing Dark Souls, to be honest. When I need a little break, I'll do a few rounds on Titanfall, maybe. And it comes out on, apparently, the 25th of April on PC. So over a month later, it's going to come out on PC. Now, this is what I'm really looking forward to, but I cannot wait that long for the PC launch, knowing I can get the PS3 version. So I'm totally going to cave. And also, this is available on Xbox 360 on the 28th of March. So that's, well, that's quite a few days after the PS3. Oh, hang on, no, what am I talking about? I don't actually know what that is. You see, there's a website where you get information on game launch information. It's like a PR website for websites that cover games, and it says, I don't know what this means actually, it says online Xbox 360. So maybe that just means you can buy it online. Yeah, it must mean you can buy it off their marketplace on the 28th. But you can get physical versions on the 14th. Maybe, I don't know, who knows? I don't know that much about consoles, so whatever. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Dark Souls, but I don't really have that much to say about it. Because like I said, I've kind of been shying away from any information. I guess what I can say is, when I started playing Dark Souls, I felt like, holy shit, why did I not play this game when it came out? I know why I didn't, because it had such a terrible PC port, and I was absolutely die-hard PC at the time. Now I'm kind of a bit more tolerant of consoles. I don't think I can accept going into a game like that late again. I want to be there at launch as soon as possible. I want to be in that world. I want to be experiencing it. I want to be on the cusp of what's going on. I don't want to be years behind, you know, not knowing what's going on, and everybody else does. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so guys, what this has been is kind of like, it's a kind of a special one-off video, I guess, because this is a month where we've had a ton of games, where I just wanted to cover what I've dubbed Mega March, where there's a load of games coming out, which is going to be, it's going to be one hell of a month. I mean, there are games here which they will keep you entertained all year long. What the hell? And then some. Just totally insane. Another thing as well, guys, in the video description, I have some affiliate links to a website called g2a.com. Now, I've used these a few times in the past, and every time I've used them, they've been totally fine. I've also ordered Titanfall off them, and quite a few of my close friends have said that they've ordered off this website, and it's been totally fine as well. So what I've done is I've put these links in the description. If you want to check them out, then obviously click on the link. I will get credit for that, so Unit Lost will get a percentage of whatever you pay for the game. Now, the games are actually quite cheap. I think at the moment you can pick Titanfall up for about £27, which is really damn good. In fact, let me just get the prices here instead of me just guessing. But you know what, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you check the links out, you'll see the prices. They really are quite cheap. I mean, the Reaper of Souls is there, and Dark Souls 2 on PC. But I think Dark Souls 2 is EU only. So if you do look at the links, make sure that it's either global. If you're obviously not in the... Well, make sure it's in your region. If it's global, then it means that it's obviously global. If it's NA, then it's obviously North America. Some of them may be Russian and things like that. Now, actually, I'll touch on this website for a bit, because a couple of people have asked me about this and said, well, what is this website? I think what it is it's a Polish website which are literally selling games they're buying in their local region on the internet. That's why they're so cheap, because games are pretty cheap in Poland and places like that, whereas they're quite expensive here. But there is some really good deals to be had. I mean, Titanfall is probably the best deal at the moment, because I'm pretty sure that's like $49.99 on Origin, which is totally ridiculous. That's pounds as well, so that's about, what, $80 or something. But you can actually get it off this website for $40-something. Works out to about £27. But check it out, guys. You know, make your own mind up. Don't just go over there because I'm telling you to go and do it and whatnot. Please make your own mind up. But there you go, guys. So I've been Stylosa. This has been Unit Lost, and this has been a look at what the hell is coming out this month. And there are some fucking awesome games. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait. As ever, rate the video, comment, and all of that good stuff, and I'll catch you next time, people. Toodaloo.